for what people need to bring things forward. There's a process that we have in place. The process needs to be followed the proper way. If it's followed the proper way, then it'll go through the steps in the right manner, in the right channel, and if that is followed, then it'll go through the right, everything will pan out. I'm not saying that there aren't things that we can't control here. We control as much as we can. Russ has been brought on the staff to review what we've got going on here. I think Brendan Minahan did a nice job developing the SAU to what it is. Russ is another superintendent that's come on board, and he is directed by the board to do certain goals, establish or actually achieve the goals that we set forward, and actually move us in a different direction. I think the direction that we're going in is a good direction. There's some changes that we are definitely making. I always refer to it as a big ship, and it takes a little while to turn it. If you turn it too fast, then it's going to crack, it's going to break. But what we're trying to do is guide the superintendent into what Sunapee's needs are. The board is listening to all of the problems we have. And Russ is taking care of the problems. He's making sure things are implemented. I think we've changed some things. And we have to give him some time. And to be fair to the superintendent, he needs to have the information. He needs to have the people that have the problems come forward to him. Or start with either the teacher, the superintendent, principal, assistant principal, and then the superintendent. It's pretty much going to happen in those manners. And Russ, I mean, it can come to the board level, but when it comes to the board level, it's different. It's not like taking care of it, Russ. He can look at different things that have come along in the past, or review things that have happened. Again, he wasn't here, but he can look at it. He can listen. His door's open, so he can understand what's gone on in the past. And we, as a board, are going to listen to everything, and we're going to get guided. And hopefully, he'll bring us the right information forward, which it will be the right information, and we'll move forward in the right manner. So we need to have some time. And again, I just want to say, everybody in the room is being heard. Sunapee is a unique school. It's a small community. It's a tough community because it's small, but then again, it's a good community because it's small. I think we all need each other, as we know. This school is kind of like a workplace environment, and there are some times where you might not want to be in the classroom with that teacher. But you know, in life, you're going to have to be sometimes working with that teacher that you might not want to be there. And sometimes the best thing to do is to work with that teacher and side by side so that you actually get a better relationship. But I want to at least let the public know that we are working on it. It's not going unseen. If we look like we have kind of a blank look on our face, like anything's going, it's not that we're going unheard, it's just that there's a lot of engagement that we can't have at this level, in this forum here. It's not proper, it's not right for the individual, it's not right for the student, it's not right for the teacher. This is not the forum that we can actually straighten some of these problems out at. So it has to be done at the levels, and the reason why we keep going back to the procedure is that's how it has to happen. And some people had to get rediverted back so that they don't miss the step. You have to hit the steps, and then it'll work. So I'm going to end it with that. Again, nice job with the testing. Nice job with teachers as far as making it all work. I mean, I know it's a lot of time consuming going on there just to get the grades where they are, and I applaud teachers, administration, everybody to do that. So I'm going to end it at that, and the public forum's closed. Thank you. We are going.
We're in public forum.
Public forum's over because we've got to go into a. No, public forum's over right now.
What about the children?
It is. Public forum's over,
Can you
and
extend the public forum? Can you vote as a board and extend it? Can we do that?
public
Like last
forum
time?
is over.
But can
I'm-
you vote as a
You're
board?
saying
Sean, I'll
that's
make a
what
motion
you're
that we
saying.
extend public forum
Thank you.
for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, we're going to expend public forum. Seconded, Matt?
Okay, my issue is not with the teachers themselves pulling my daughter. My daughter went through the proper steps. She's still being voted. That comes to you. That is why I'm here tonight. If they're not doing their job, then it's up to you to do something. My daughter should not come here and be voted.
Jody?
Sean, I appreciate what you were saying, that you have to follow the process. I think everybody here that is upset, visibly upset, has been through the process. And what's upsetting is that the process isn't working, or that it's a vicious circle. You just constantly get thrown back around and around and around. And you said you need time. I understand that. You need time to work through things. 10, 12 years with the same stuff going on? Is that not enough time? You have parents that stopped in after the last meeting and talked with Paul and said, I could not believe what I was hearing. It's the same that happened with my kids.
Yeah.
And it's still happening today, and they're not dealing with it.
And as long as we have-
We've got some people here that have been here long-term, and they continue to do, there's no consequences for them. There are for our kids, but there are not for these people that are causing the issues. And I'm telling you, it's been more than 10 years. So how much longer do we give you and try to be patient?
What's
I'm a
our
pretty
next step?
patient person, and I'm losing my patience.
Heidi.
We've removed our daughter from the school.
What's our
Heidi?
next step? Do we go to the police department? Is that it? If the next step from the teacher,
We're trying to tell you
and
that-
so on and so forth.
We understand what you're saying.
Then
What's
we
that?
go to the police.
Okay. I suggest that you see the superintendent.
I emailed him and he told me to.
Have you been in to see him?
Enjoy the game.
Have you been in to see the superintendent?
I could not go in and see the superintendent.
Okay, I guess- I don't even know if you
emailed him
know
about
it.
it. He told me I should go to the proper channel. I said I did. My
Okay.
daughter even has it in writing.
Okay.
She brought it to them, and he
Have you,
basically told me to enjoy the game.
so have you taken it to Russ since then? Why not?
It was the last board meeting.
Okay. Heidi?
Heidi Courier, Windhill. I'm just curious as far as the procedure goes. I know there's one in place and it's effective sometimes, and sometimes it might not be. But is there a way maybe to add in a step where complaints are logged and then given on a regular basis to the board? I think that would be fair and probably wise, maybe. I just think the problem is bigger. And I do think change is coming. I see positive things. I try to look on the positive side. My daughter, who's a junior, was able to come last meeting, and she has 2 tests tomorrow, so she didn't come tonight, and she was torn. But she was very disillusioned after the meeting last time, and she's just worried that there isn't going to be change. And she sent me a note right after at 8:27, so it was actually during the meeting, saying that the school board isn't going to do anything. They don't want to answer people's questions. They try to avoid questions and sugarcoat things. They find ways to lead topics to other ways, and they basically use avoidance. And I was sad to see that, because I really tried, and I told her, you will see good things. I know you will, but I think the kids have to own it. I think parents have to own it. I think the school has to own it, and to do that, you have to get them all participating together, and I don't know how to do that. So.
April?
April Royce, Ryder Corner Road. Russ, can you just reiterate, I know you said in your speech that you're going to have this Malcolm person come in. So to me, that sounds like exactly what we're talking about, addressing it here.
Right.
When is that going to happen?
I'm hoping to bring him either the second or third Thursday in January, so either the 7th or the 14th. I'm going to give him a call back tomorrow and schedule that. Just wanted to fill the board in tonight. He is available any of those days or any day in January we'd like to have him. And I want to make sure that I get enough notice out to everybody, that people will notice about it. And that I check with the principals. It's really more middle high school. That's where he's geared towards. Not that it's not an elementary school issue by any means, but his presentation is geared towards middle high school students. I would bring our entire faculty to listen to him in the afternoon and then invite it to the entire community at night.
Okay. Yes.
Hi, Jim Curry at George's Mills. I just want to know if there is still a process. We've heard that there's a process for, I anticipate it's bullying that these people are talking about. And that process, as far as I am understanding, is that it's reported to the assistant principal or and then it goes to the principal, then it goes to the superintendent, and then it goes to the board. Am I correct so far?
Correct.
And then if you're not happy with the decision, it goes to the school board, State School Board of Education? Is that correct, no?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So if there's a
I
bullying.
think that's something we need to know.
Sure.
And these people really want to know what
Sure.
what to do.
So I think at the last meeting, we heard pretty clear from the attorney that bullying is a student-to-student issue. And so when there's student-to-student issues, they're brought to the school administration. That school does an investigation, which is they're bound by law to do. They then have notification paperwork to do. If it is substantiated, that is then put on file at the SAU office. If the parents are unhappy with that investigation, they have the right to come to the superintendent and talk to me about that process. So that's the bullying end of things, student to student.
What if they're not happy with your decision?
They always have the right to bring something to the school board.
And if they're not happy with that?
They always have the right to bring something to the Department of Education.
And if they're not happy with that?
Don't know where you
Go to court?
But you can
Go to court?
You can continue to look for the next highest level.
Okay, well, I think it all needs to be
Right.
done. I mean, we've seemed to have spent an inordinate amount of time, you folks have, talking about this issue, and if it's a clear-cut plan of how to get your satisfaction for your child, that needs to be followed completely. And if it ruled against you, you have no recourse.
Right, correct.
So your child just continues to get bullied because nothing comes on.
Well, if it continues, you need to report it again.
It does.
193F.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to move forward. Thank you for the participation, and then I'm going to, yeah, you can state your name.
Genesis Grimes of Point Hill Road. This is my fourth high school, and this is so far the best high school I've been to. I've met great teachers, I've had the best guidance counselor, and that's not my problem. I don't think that's anyone's problem right now. There's been complaints from what I've heard from many adults and many students that no communication besides the school board is heard. And quite frankly, from the past two meetings, that's not being heard. And also, I've heard from many students from over the years that many issues that they feel need to be fixed has not been solved, and that's why it's being brought up here. I'm of course probably just saying what everyone else is saying right now, but it needs to be heard once again, I feel. And it's just common sense for us to bring it here if there's adults and students that don't feel like they're getting what they need.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move into non-public, and need a motion under RSA 91-A:2, Roman numeral 1B. Motion made by Paul, seconded by Brian, and I need a vote. Starting with Ian. Carol, aye.
We can go right in this room. Thank you, Reggie. We can go right in here.